Bob Gardner here from thebraidedwarrior.com, here for Warrior Wednesday, where I'm going to tell you why you should stop dreaming so big. See, a couple weeks ago, I was meeting with a friend, and we got together and we hiked Camelback Mountain here in the Phoenix area. And we hiked up to the top, and we stood there on the top, and we looked out over the entire valley. And off in the distance, there was to the southeast, there was the White Mountains, kind of visible there, hazy and blue in the mist. And I could see it was kind of an impressive mountain range. And then this thought struck me that really altered a lot of the way I was thinking at the time, and this wasn't too long ago, a couple weeks ago, about my own dreams and about what I'm doing on the earth and about like what my purpose is and those things. See, because if you've been around self-help gurus or coaches or anything like that, the most common phrase, the most common type of advice is discover your dream. Like, dream big and then just go live it. And then there's like some magic that's supposed to happen in the middle, and then there's success on the other end. And so I was just sitting there looking at the mountain, thinking about all of these different thoughts that were going through my head after the conversation with my friend. And I saw that hazy blue mountain in the distance, and I thought for a moment, it's beautiful, it's impressive, it's inspiring, and my brain says, I'd like to go there someday. But, I have no concept of what's actually going to take for me to actually traverse the distance between where I am now and all the way to that distant mountain. I don't know how far away it is. I don't know what the cactuses are like, what the wildlife's like, how much water I'm going to need, whether or not my current wardrobe is actually going to make the trip. Am I going to need some other supplies? Am I going to meet bandits or wild animals or construction on the way? Are there other mountain ranges that I can't see? All of it was just hazed off in the distance, this beautiful, wonderful thing to dream about, but totally a fantasy. But then I looked down and down and down, and I saw that the next peak below me was something that was crystal clear and crisp and clean. I could see all the rocks, I could see the boulders, I could see the path there, and while I couldn't see the bends in the path before it, I could clearly see that that was a place that was close enough that I not only thought it would be a cool place to go, but I actually felt like I could make it. Because if I had to go from the top of the mountain that I was on to that distant peak, I would have had to walk across the air to get there. But if I look in that direction and then I look down to the next peak, what I see is something that's much closer, and I know how I can get there. And then I looked down further and I saw a boulder some 10 feet off, and I thought, I'm for sure going to be able to make that distance. And see, people get tripped up all the time because they're told, dream big and then leap. And they leap and they trip over the boulder at their feet. They trip over the stuff that's right around them because they don't understand that there are twists and turns in the path. And the whole point of having a big dream is so that you have a direction to go head. But that's not what's going to inspire you to go. That's not what's going to motivate you, because it's too far, it's too big. And I am guilty of dreaming too big. And when you're setting an example for your kids and you dream big but you can't make it there, what is the message that they get? But that dreaming big is really just for people who are living in fantasy. Or they dream big and they get disappointed later in life because they never learned how to make it there. So yes, have the dream, but stop focusing on that and start looking in that direction, but lower the gaze until the next landmark. And then you can see through all that haze and that smoke, like, that's a place that I think I could make it. Like, it's close enough that I can see what's in the way a little bit. I might not see everything, but I feel like I could make that. I don't feel like I could make it to that castle in the sky. But I'd like to. And if I go that direction, the next landmark is this. So as you're working through what it is that you want to do with your life, whether it's you want a raise or a promotion in your career, or you want to travel the world with your family, or just take a vacation with them, or maybe it's a hobby you've wanted to pick up, or maybe there are certain things that you've wanted to do and you're told time and again, dream big, go after it, live your life so that it brings you happiness and fulfillment. And if you're getting stuck in that because you're like, I don't know what I want to do, I don't, all those questions, it's because you're trying too hard to dream too big. Look in the direction of the thing that entices you. And then lower your gaze and think, what is the next landmark along that direction? And I can promise you, you'll actually make more progress trying to take one step at a time rather than dreaming at the big thing and waiting for the chance to take the leap. Okay? Now, if you want more tips, tricks, and other types of things, go to thebraidedwarrior.com. We're going to discuss all kinds of stuff. And of course, leave comments below. And if you got some interesting insights from this, I'd love to hear them.